Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Dombrovskis, the repeated use of the national escape clause, we know that now it's extended to defense spending, and it raises the concern about the integrity of the whole fiscal framework. And it was designed, as we know, as an exceptional temporary measure. Increasingly now it's being used as a political tool to justify different deviations from budgetary discipline. And in this regard, my question is, what safeguards are there in place to ensure that defense-related exemptions will not become a political slush fund for unrelated or illicit spending, which is behind the label of security? And are you concerned that past experiences with instruments like the Next Generation EU or the RRF have already revealed shortcomings in transparency, in accountability? And does that raise the risk that this kind of history may repeat itself with this justification? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, maybe first a clarification. Actually, that would be the first time under the EU fiscal rules when we would activate the national escape clause, because that kind of clause did not exist in previous rules. In previous rules, we activated the general escape clause in the context of COVID-19 pandemic. But again, COVID-19 pandemic was clearly very exceptional situation we were facing with lockdowns, with all related implications to the economy. And I think there was a good justification to activate the general escape clause then. And now Russia's war in Ukraine, the changing geopolitical landscape, the changing policies of the transport administration, it's again very exceptional circumstances which we need to address, which justifies now activation for the first time of national escape clauses. Then on the question of indeed avoiding what you called unrelated spending to be used under this national escape clause. That was I was mentioning in my introductory remarks that we see the COFOG classification system as a basis for discussion, and there is a clear definition under COFOG what qualifies as defense expenditure. So it basically purchase of military equipment, developing of military infrastructure, use of dual-use goods if used by the armed forces, expenditure on personnel and training of personnel, also military support, for example, for Ukraine. So, and this is established classification system. So that's why we're not suggesting to invent a wheel or start a new debate, what is defense, what is not defense, but use this COFOG classification system as a basis. There may be some deviations. I already mentioned one, that, for example, we would qualify projects that go under SAFE as qualifying under this national escape clause, even though probably they will not always be 100% COFOG aligned, but to the extent possible stay close to this COFOG to avoid so-called defense washing, that everything becomes defense. And well, on Next Generation EU RRF, I will probably not start elaborating now. We'll be having a next discussion in a few minutes, our RRF dialogue, where we can discuss those topics in more detail. But I would say certainly RRF and Next Generation EU is helping to deliver on a policy aims which were stated as a response to economic implications to COVID-19, to facilitate green and digital transitions, also later to accommodate energy crisis and to deal with this through Repower EU program. So by and large, I think RRF is actually delivered on a stated policy aims.